As I'm still waiting for something to happen, I suddenly feel myself being drenched from head to toe in freezing cold water. When I instinctively jump up, I quickly realize that there is now ground beneath my feet. It is no longer feels like I'm floating in an endless darkness like before. The rain is pouring down my cheeks, the sound of lightning echoes in the distance. The wind is still blowing, although not as hard as it did at the beginning of the storm. Am I finally back on the earthen plane for good? You're planning to open your eyes anytime soon, or are you expecting me to talk to you like this? I hear Flower's voice speaking in Luna's tone. When I finally open my eyelids, I see that Luna is standing before me with flaming eyes in this plane of existence as well. Except the flames are blue because Luna is the one who's talking. Her body is not made of flames like an ethereal plane. However, every connection that I had with the ethereal plane is now gone. Even though I'm trying to switch my consciousness to another realm, it's not working anymore. Could this be the result of my soul finally returning to my sanctuary in the ethereal plane? There was this darkness, I tell Luna. It felt similar to the void that the Magium made me float around in when it almost erased me from the world, except this time I still had my memories and my identity left intact. Wait, no, that's not right. There was still something else different about this nothingness that I was in. I didn't really get to see it because I had my eyes closed the whole time, but the darkness around me seemed almost oppressive, like it was trying to swallow me whole. Do you have any idea what might have happened? So that's what Flower did. Luna says, I had some pretty strong suspicion, but I could barely get any kind of coherent information out of her through our telepathic link when I talked to her earlier. I should probably let you know that she didn't end up killing you by accident. Before she gives herself a heart attack out of her pure anxiety. She thought she might have killed me, I asked in an uneasy tone. Wait, what did she do? Instead of answering me, Luna raises 2 fingers in the air in front of me, signaling me to quiet down. What sort of way is that to tell someone to shush up? Usually if you don't, you raise 1 finger, it's like shut up. 2 fingers? That's weird. Flower is telepathic in the ethereal plane. Once she is done, she lowers her hand so that we can resume our conversation. Okay. Flower is calmed down for now, Luna says. What are we talking about again? Oh right, the darkness. Well, there's not much to say about it, really. Darkness is the absence of light. Light from the ethereal plane is the ether itself. The ether was the one attacking you, so Flower decided to teleport you to the only place where you'd be truly safe from it. However, the only way to get yourself out of the ethereal abyss is by imagining a place very clearly in your head and being firmly convinced that you can transport yourself there through your own powers. Seeing that you were no longer breathing on the earthen plane, I assumed that you had failed at your task, so I had to get a little creative. She then holds out her palm and conjures a floating sphere of water above it. What? She then holds out her palm and conjures a floating sphere of water above it, hinting that she was the reason why the water that was drenched in was 3 times colder than the raindrops on the storm. Wow, I tell her, I don't know what to say, thank you. And Flower, I have no idea what would have happened if you two hadn't intervened the way you did. How did you even come up with these ideas? Experience, Luna says, and a bit of ingenuity. Let's just say that this isn't the first time when we had to make use of the ethereal abyss. It probably won't be the last either. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to check up on Flower. There's still a few matters left unresolved in the ethereal plane that we need to take care of. Wait, is Flower okay? I ask. I can't switch my consciousness back to the ethereal plane to check. Did she manage to escape from the ether? Flower is fine, Luna says, but for now at least, I'm not entirely certain. But it's possible that her recent transformation is shielding her from the ether in some way. It's a little hard to speculate without knowing any more details about this new form of hers. Anyway, I'll be right back. As Luna turns her focus back to the ethereal plane, leaving Flower's body to look in front of her is an empty stare. I decide to take a little walk around the battle to see the situation. It feels strange to not be able to see the perspective of my soul from the ethereal plane anymore. After everything that's happened, even though I know for a fact that all the things experienced on that plane of existence were real, I still can't shake off the feeling that I've only just woken up from a very long dream. I wish I could have explored the worlds more. I wish I could have tested my spells more. I wonder if I'll ever have the chance to see that place again. While I'm busy looking for what was the reason that his like soul can use magic but his body can't? Isn't it because like the whatever they are, Lacetis, don't have a very strong magical connection to the the ethereal world. But her friend, whatever her name, Dana, whatever, she did this. She used electricity at us, and I think she's a no, she was a human actually. Now that I think about it. So I don't know why. I don't remember why is it like that. He can use the magic in the ethereal realm, but he can't use it here. The only thing I can think of is that their Lacetis are just weak connection with the magical plane, but they have a good connection with Magium. So they have to use the little, the handheld pocket Tomagotchi thing to increase the stats. What are my stats anyway? Strength, speed, reflexes, hearing, observation, ancient language. Yeah, I really need to focus on like some other fun stuff instead of just going for this. I really might not change my strategy since the start of the game. Where were we? I feel, yeah, same. Battlefields. Even though I know for a fact that all the things I've experienced, yeah, I've explored the place again. The chance to see the place again. While I'm busy looking for any kind of buildings to restrain the unconscious rebels with, several dozen red-eyed drones suddenly swarm the area out of nowhere with long metal prongs coming out of their lower sides, which they are using to hold some stretchers. Once they lower their altitudes, the drones keep holding the stretcher from both sides, while the other drones help to lift the rebels onto them. As soon as a rebel has been successfully placed on a stretcher, the two drones that are holding the stretcher lift it into the air and leave the plaza, while new drones with additional stretchers join in so that they can take away the rest of the Underground King's troops. The Overseer Protocol will handle things from here, the red-eyed drone says as it descends somewhere close to me. Thank you for your cooperation. If you wish to discuss further details about your alliance with the Overseer, what about his future plans for Olander, a green-eyed drone will be waiting for you inside the palace. Have a nice day. Hey, wait, where are you taking all the rebels? I say, but the red-eyed drones does not seem to be smart enough to answer any question. He simply flies away and leaves the plaza after having delivered his message. The drones are very diligent workers thanks to their faultless organization. They managed to empty the plaza of bodies in less than 5 minutes. By the time the drones and the rebels are gone, Flower is finally done returning all of my friends, sold to the sanctuary in the ethereal plane, and now they've woken up on the earthen plane and they're slowly gathering around me and Illuna. Are you sure that's what the dread-eyed drone said? Darren asks me after I explain to him what happened to all the underground unconscious rebels on the ground. It was pretty clear in its wording. I tell Darren, if we want to talk to the Overseer, we need to go to the palace. I don't remember this being part of our original agreement with him, Darren says, as Layla is waking up so that she can join us as well. We never really agreed that we wouldn't meet him at the palace either, I say. Technically speaking, he's not breaking his word. Darren says, I'm not sure how much I like this. He could have simply sent a green-eyed drone to talk to us, but instead he's making us go all the way there. This feels like he's trying to show us who's really in control here. I mean, is he really wrong though? I say, he clearly is a superior bargaining position at this point. All major threats to him in the city are now gone. They're practically the only ones left who can still somewhat challenge him. Yes, Darren says, this is what makes me worried. Alright, I cast the spell, Melindra tells Flower. Thanks, Melindra. Flower says, as she's now being lifted in the air by some of Melindra's air currents. Sorry for asking this out of the blue, but Petal wants to avoid moving my body herself as much as possible until I find a way to turn on the red flames in my eyes. That's fine. Oh, really? So is there some problem with the soul connection or something? It's fine. Don't worry, Melindra says. You just want me to carry you like this until we reach the palace, right? Yes, please, Flower says. Right now I'm a little busy guiding the rebels from the ether plane back to their sanctuary. It's alright. She's busy doing that. I can't afford to cancel the transformation yet. You're helping the rebels? Hardrick asks, confused. Well, we can't just let them all die out there. Flower says, make sure that you leave Albert, Peter, and the King of the Underground for last. Darren says, we want to be absolutely certain that the Overseer has had enough time to move them to their appropriate prison cells before they wake up. The last thing we'd want is to have to fight them again on the earthen plane, especially the King. Right, the King, Flower says. Then she laughs uncomfortably. Okay, is everyone ready? Darren asks her something seemingly oblivious to the meaning behind Flower's nervous laughter. Aye, Hardrick's voice echoes the loudest, as the rest of us also confirm at the same time. Let's get going then, Darren says as he moves on ahead. The others go to follow him. Destination Palace of Olander. Just as I'm about to head towards the castle myself, I get a sudden dizziness for a split second. It feels like my consciousness is drifting away again into the ethereal plane, where I get a direct view of the inside of my empty cube that is supposed to be my sanctuary. What just happened? Did I really switch back to my perspective from the ethereal plane for a second there, or am I just imagining things?